Hey guys, tonight we're going for a peaceful walk. Not just any walk, but the kind of walk someone takes every single morning along the same quiet path with the same warm light and the same soft routine that brings comfort to the heart. There are no surprises here, no rush, no need to worry about what's next. Just small things, soft air, gentle sounds, and the friendly touch of habit. It's like brushing your teeth while half asleep, except outside, with birds and a cup of tea. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And let me know in the comments, what country are you listening from, and what time is it there right now? Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. You open your eyes slowly. The light is soft. Pale golden sunlight touches the white curtain. Outside, the day has already begun, but inside your room, it's still quiet. The bed is warm. The sheets are smooth and cool. You hear one bird, maybe a sparrow, chirping from somewhere near the window. Your feet touch the floor. It's cool, just for a moment. Then, your old slippers meet you like two sleepy friends. You stretch your arms slowly, like a cat that doesn't want to move too fast. The clock says it's early, but not too early, just right. You walk to the kitchen and put the kettle on. The soft sound of boiling water fills the room, along with the low hum of the fridge. There is nothing loud here, only the tiny hiss of heat and a faint ticking from the wall clock. The tea is simple, just black tea with a spoon of honey. You hold the warm mug between both hands and walk to the window. Outside, everything is still. The sky is pale blue, like a faded shirt. The trees are not moving yet. The world is holding its breath, like it doesn't want to wake up too fast. You take a sip. The warmth moves down your throat and into your chest. There is a small bird on the fence. It's hopping. 1, 2, 3 hops. Then it flies away. Maybe it's going to the same place as always. Maybe it also has a morning path. The chair by the window creaks a little when you sit. The cushion is old, but it's yours. The pattern is faded, red flowers turning pink over time. You watch the sky change. A cloud slides by. A leaf falls slowly from the tree. You don't check your phone. You don't look at the news. Nothing loud is allowed in this moment. Just the soft sound of tea and your breath and the world waking up with you. There is a coat hanging near the door. You've worn it 100 times. It smells like morning walks and laundry soap. You reach for it without thinking. Your fingers find the same small hole in the pocket. You never fix it. Maybe it's part of the charm. You slide your arms into the sleeves, pull your shoes from the mat. They're soft from use, shaped exactly to your feet. One shoe squeaks, just a little. It always has. Like a mouse that wants to say, "Don't forget me." You look around the room one last time before leaving. The table has one small crumb from yesterday's toast. The sink has one clean cup drying. The plant by the bookshelf is leaning toward the window. Everything feels just as it should. You turn the knob. The door makes its usual sound, a long, low creak, like it's stretching its old wooden bones. The hinges protest softly, then a click, and the world outside says hello. You step out. The air is cooler than expected. A little wind tugs at your collar. It smells like morning grass and a little bit of dust. Somewhere far off, someone starts a car, but it's quiet again right after. You take a breath and begin to walk. Your feet know the way. The street is the same. The cracks in the sidewalk are familiar. The tiny weeds growing between the stones are like neighbors who never move. There's something comforting in this sameness. Like the sky that always follows the sun. Like a soft song you never forget. Maybe if you walked a different path, would you feel lost or free? Maybe both. Your steps fall into their rhythm. Left, right. Left, right. The sound is quiet against the pavement. A light tap, not a stomp. You don't rush. You never rush. This path is not for speed. It's for noticing things. There's a tree to your right that always leans slightly left. You once told a friend, it looks like it's trying to hear what the neighbor tree is whispering. The bark has little lines like soft wrinkles, and there's moss growing near the bottom. Just a patch, a green fuzzy circle, like nature's elbow pad. You walk past it, nodding softly, like an old friend saying, "Morning again." The houses here are low and kind. They don't shout with big colors or strange shapes. They're calm, beige, cream, soft gray. Most of them have small front yards. One has a blue bicycle leaning against the fence. You've never seen anyone ride it. It just leans, like it's tired but hopeful. The sidewalk dips a little near the corner. Your foot finds the spot easily. It always does. That's where the puddle lives when it rains. Today it's dry, just a darker mark like a shadow that never fully left. Your favorite part is coming. You pass the hedge with the hidden hole. It's not big. You only noticed it because once a squirrel disappeared into it like magic. It had an acorn in its mouth and no time to waste. You still wonder what's behind that hedge. Maybe a squirrel village with tiny furniture and moss carpets? You smile quietly. The morning air smells different now. A little warmer, a little like bread. You're getting close. You round the corner and there it is. The bakery. Small, square windows, foggy with steam. The glass door has a bell that rings in a way that makes people's shoulders drop. Inside, soft lights, golden shelves, rows of loaves sleeping under clean white cloths. And standing there, behind the counter as always, is the baker. She wears a blue apron with white flour dusted across the chest. Her hair is tied back. She looks up, sees you, and nods. The same nod as yesterday. The same smile. Not too big. Just enough to say, "I see you. Welcome." You don't go inside today. You just pass. But the smell follows you. Fresh dough, cinnamon, something buttery, something sweet. The kind of smell that wraps around your heart and squeezes gently. Maybe tomorrow you'll stop and get a roll. Or maybe not. It's nice to have the choice. You keep walking. Past the bakery is a row of flower pots. Someone lines them up along the sidewalk every morning. Yellow daisies, orange marigolds, a single pot with tiny purple things. Lavender? Or maybe just wildflowers that don't care about names. You once saw a bee sleeping on one of those petals. It didn't move, not even when the wind brushed by. You wondered if bees dream. You reach a small iron gate, black, with swirls like sleepy waves. You touch it gently as you pass. The metal is cool, and your fingers know the spot where the paint has chipped. There's a little garden behind it. You can't see much, just a splash of green and a white chair facing the sun. No one ever sits in it, but someone put it there for a reason. Maybe they sit when you're not looking. Maybe the chair likes to sit alone. You don't know, but it's a nice mystery. You walk a few more steps, and then you hear it, the faint sound of the river ahead. Always the same, soft, like someone whispering secrets just for the water to hear. You smile again, because you know what's next, and your feet lead you forward. You keep walking, and the sound of the river grows closer. It's not a loud river, not wild or crashing, just a gentle stream that hums as it moves, like a quiet tune played by a friend who doesn't need applause. The old stone bridge appears ahead. It's small, just wide enough for two people if they walk close together. You've walked this bridge so many times, you know every stone by heart. The middle one has a crack that looks like a sleepy smile. The moss at the edges is thick now, soft and green, like the bridge is wearing fuzzy socks. You step onto it. The stones are cool and smooth under your shoes. A bird lands on the railing, small and gray. Its head tilts once, like it's curious about you. You stop in the middle of the bridge. The river below moves slowly, lazily, like it doesn't want to be anywhere else. It carries a few leaves, a stick, and a pale pink flower that floats like it has nowhere else to be. You watch it for a while, moving under the bridge and drifting out of sight. You lean on the railing. The stone is cold and strong beneath your arms. You breathe in deeply. The air here always feels fresher. Maybe it's the water, or maybe it's the trees nearby that always seem to whisper. They're tall, thin trees, not very proud, but gentle. Their leaves rustle even when there's no wind, like they're whispering soft thoughts to each other. Maybe the trees remember everything, all the footsteps, all the soft songs people hum when they think they're alone. Maybe even your footsteps from last week. There's a small carving on the side of the bridge. It says A+M 1982. The letters all crooked, like they were carved in a hurry. But they've lasted all this time. You imagine two people leaning here, maybe on a day just like this one. Maybe they laughed. Maybe they didn't say anything at all. Just stood quietly like you're doing now. You touch the carving gently. The stone is smooth around the edges. You wonder who they were, where they are now. Maybe one still walks here. Maybe the other waits on the other side of the sky. The bird on the railing hops twice, then flies away. You smile and take one more deep breath. Then you cross the rest of the bridge. On the other side, the path turns slightly to the right. There's a small patch of wildflowers growing at the corner, white and yellow, like they're shy but cheerful. No one planted them. They just came, grew between cracks, decided to stay. You pass by them softly. The trees on this side are older. You can feel it. Their trunks are thick and their roots push gently up through the earth, like they're stretching after a long sleep. The path narrows for a moment here. The trees are closer to you now. One has a low branch that always brushes your shoulder as you pass. You don't duck anymore. It's like a handshake between old friends. The ground under your feet is softer now. The dirt is packed from footsteps, yours and maybe others. You see faint marks, bike tires, a shoe print that's smaller than yours, the trace of a paw. You wonder who came before you today. Someone walking slowly, like you? Or someone running, chasing time? You pause for a moment beside the tallest tree. It has a hollow near its base, dark and round like a small door. You crouch down just a little and peek in. It's empty today, but once you saw something inside. A little marble, blue and green like a tiny earth. You left it there. It didn't feel like yours. Maybe it was a gift to the tree. Or maybe the tree found it one morning and decided to keep it. You stand again. The light is changing. It shines through the leaves, golden and soft. It falls in thin lines, like ribbons of sun hanging between branches. You feel it on your face. Warm, not hot. The kind of warmth that feels like someone putting a soft hand on your cheek. You walk forward slowly. The river is behind you now, but the feeling it gave you walks with you still. You walk quietly now, listening more than thinking. There are fewer sounds here, only the soft crunch of leaves beneath your shoes and a distant cooing. Maybe a dove, maybe something else. The path widens just a little and bends gently to the left. And there it is, your favorite spot, the bench by the lake. It's made of old wood, gray from time and weather. One of the slats is cracked, but it still holds you, still welcomes you. You've sat here in sun, in light rain, even once during snow. Today it's perfect. You sit slowly. The bench creaks a little, not in protest, just in greeting. Before you, the lake stretches out, still, calm, like a giant piece of sky laid gently on the earth. The surface is smooth, except for a few small circles, maybe a fish rising, maybe a falling leaf. There's a family of ducks farther out, 4 of them. One mother, 3 little ones. You've seen them before. Or maybe they're new. It's hard to tell. Ducks always look a little surprised, even when they know exactly where they're going. You sit back and rest your hands in your lap. There's a tree nearby. Its leaves fall slowly now and then, drifting down like tiny boats on the air. One lands on your knee, yellow, with a touch of brown at the edge. You let it stay there. You look out at the water and breathe. This lake has seen many mornings, and it keeps all of them. The quiet ones, the rainy ones, the mornings when you had more on your mind than you wanted. The lake doesn't ask questions. It just listens. Sometimes you feel like it remembers for you. There's a ripple near the edge. A frog? A fish? A breeze? You lean forward a little and smile. You don't need to know. Maybe that's the comfort of places like this. Not needing answers, just feeling welcome. The wind picks up slightly. It moves across the lake, brushing the surface like a hand smoothing a blanket. You see tiny waves begin to form. Nothing strong, just soft motion. You close your eyes for a moment, and when you open them, the sun has moved just a little. The shadow of the bench is longer now. It points back toward the path. You know you'll get up soon, but not just yet. You notice something else, a feather caught in the grass nearby. White, very small. It twitches with the wind. You reach out, pick it up gently. It's light, almost nothing, like holding a memory. You look at it and think of a time long ago, maybe childhood, maybe last year, when you tried to collect feathers. You told yourself they were from magical birds. You put them in a jar and whispered secrets to them. You laugh softly at the memory. Then you place the feather back in the grass, where it belongs. A dragonfly buzzes by. It stops midair, hovers in place, wings beating faster than you can see. It looks at you, or seems to, and then darts away, fast and free. The ducks are closer now. One of the little ones wiggles its tail. Another sneezes. Well, it looks like a sneeze. Just a tiny headshake and a puff of sound. You smile again. You didn't expect to laugh this morning. But somehow, even the smallest things feel important. Not yours. Not anyone you know. Just letters, faded with time. Maybe the person who carved it still comes here. Maybe not. But the bench remembers. You finally stand up, slow and easy. You stretch just a little, touch your toes, feel your back pop gently. And then, with one last glance at the water, you return to the path. The bench behind you settles again, waiting for next time. You walk again, this time with even slower steps. The path ahead curves just slightly to the left. You know it well. You've walked this way hundreds of times. But today, something small has changed. Lying on the ground, just beside a patch of wild grass, is a red glove. Small, soft, a child's glove, probably. It's made of fuzzy yarn and looks like it was worn a lot. The fingertips are a little dirty, and there's a tiny pull in the fabric. You crouch down slowly. There's no one around. Just you, the path, and this little forgotten thing. You pick it up. It's warmer than you expected. Maybe it soaked in some sun before you came. You hold it in your hand and look around again. No child in sight, no parent calling out, only the wind moving gently through the leaves. You hold the glove up and say softly, "Is this yours?" Of course, no answer, but something in the air feels like it's listening. You smile and place the glove on the wooden post near the path. That way, if someone comes looking, they'll see it. You balance it so the fingers point up like a tiny red wave. Hello, goodbye, maybe both. You step back and admire your small bit of morning kindness. Then you continue walking. The air smells a little like soil here. The earth feels richer, softer under your feet. You notice a line of ants crossing the path, moving with such purpose, such focus. You pause and wait for them. They don't even know you're watching, but you do. It feels good to notice small things. You remember once reading that ants don't actually follow one leader. They just leave tiny trails for each other, a kind of invisible message made with scent. Imagine that, talking with smells, leaving stories in the dirt for someone else to read. You smile again. The sky above is starting to brighten more now. The blue is deeper. There's a tiny cloud that looks like a sheep. Not a grown sheep, just a little one, like a baby cloud following its mother. You laugh a little. You look at your shoes. They've taken you down this path so many times. You wonder how many more times they'll do it. The thought makes you quiet for a moment. Not sad, just thoughtful. How many quiet mornings will you get? How many small lost gloves will you see? Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe the point isn't counting, but walking. The trees ahead sway gently. The wind carries a soft scent of something sweet. Maybe someone is baking again. Maybe it's just the smell of flowers waking up. You pass a stone wall now. Short, mossy, made of old gray rocks. There's always something new growing in its cracks. Today, it's a tiny purple flower. One petal missing, but still standing. You nod at it. The flower doesn't nod back, but somehow you feel seen. You stop for a moment to stretch your arms. You reach up toward the sky, fingers spread, and hold it for a few seconds. Your spine lengthens. Your breath deepens. You feel more awake and also more peaceful, like you've already done something good today, even though it's only been a short while. You take one more look back at the red glove on the post, still there, still waving. You whisper, "Someone will find you," and then you turn forward again. The road ahead is empty, the sun is warmer, and your shoes are ready for the next step. You continue along the path. Ahead, a small house comes into view. You've seen it many times. It's the one with the garden that looks too full, too wild, too happy. Flowers spill out over the fence like they couldn't wait to bloom. Pink, orange, yellow, purple, some with soft petals like tissue paper, others with round faces that seem to smile. It doesn't look like a garden. It looks like laughter that grew roots. You slow your steps. There's a wooden sign by the gate. It says, "Take one," in wobbly handwriting. Below it, a small basket filled with herbs, mint, rosemary, lavender. Someone left it there for anyone who might want something fresh. You lean in. The smell is lovely. You take a single sprig of lavender and hold it gently in your hand. As you walk, you rub it between your fingers. The scent fills the air around you, soft and clean, like the memory of clean sheets or a breeze through a window on a spring day. The house itself is painted yellow with pale green shutters. One of the shutters is always open. Inside, you sometimes hear a soft radio playing. Today, it's silent, but the window is cracked. You imagine the person inside still sleeping or maybe having a slow breakfast. Maybe toast with jam. Maybe tea and a crossword puzzle. There's a watering can tipped over near the porch, and beside it, curled in the sun, is a gray cat. It lifts its head lazily, opens one eye, and watches you. No alarm, no interest, just the slow gaze of a creature who has seen many walkers and has judged none of them important. You nod at the cat. It closes its eye again. In the garden, bees move from flower to flower like they have tiny maps in their minds. Each stop is purposeful. Each landing is gentle. You watch them for a moment and wonder, do bees ever get tired? Do they ever take the long way home just because it's beautiful? You don't know, but maybe yes. You pass the gate, careful not to step on any fallen petals. One rose has dropped its bloom right onto the path, like a quiet gift for whoever notices. You keep walking, holding the lavender gently in one hand. The air feels warmer now. A breeze carries the smell of something baking again. Or maybe it's the same scent following you from earlier, looping around like a soft song you almost forgot. The next part of the path narrows again, hemmed in by bushes on both sides. The leaves touch your arms as you pass, brushing you like they're saying, "Hello, we remember you." You pause at a wooden fence. There's something carved into the wood, a bird etched in rough lines. Its wings are open. Its beak is pointed up. The drawing is simple but beautiful in its own way. You run your hand over it, feeling the texture under your fingers. Someone made this a long time ago. Maybe a child. Maybe someone waiting for someone else. Maybe someone just passing time on a slow day. The lavender in your hand is still fragrant. You hold it close to your chest for a moment, then tuck it behind your ear like a tiny crown. No one is watching, but it still feels special. You reach a bend in the road where the trees open up again. The sky is brighter now. A small cloud floats overhead, shaped like a fish. You watch it for a moment, swimming through the sky. Clouds don't have to know where they're going, they just drift. Maybe you're more like them than you realize. You walk slowly, and the flowers in your memory walk with you. The path softens as you go. The ground here is more earth than stone, and your steps make a gentle sound, almost like brushing fabric. The wind has quieted. It's the kind of stillness that makes even birds pause their songs, like the world is waiting for something. But no one is in a hurry to find out what. Ahead, you see them. The whispering trees. Tall, thin trunks stretching high, their leaves catching the light in layers of soft green. When the breeze comes, even just a little, the sound is like a secret conversation between old friends. You walk beneath them, and the shade covers you like a soft blanket. Each step feels slower here, and somehow deeper. The trees sway just slightly, one at a time, not all together, like a dance with no choreography. You tilt your head up to watch the patterns, light and shadow shifting slowly across the ground. There's a small clearing in the middle of this grove. You step into it and close your eyes for a moment. The sounds grow clearer here. A gentle creak from a branch. A faint tapping. Maybe a bird hopping from twig to twig. Somewhere above, a leaf lets go. You open your eyes just in time to watch it spin its way down. Left, right, left, right. Then silence as it lands. You walk over and pick it up. It's shaped like a heart. Not a perfect one, but a good one. The kind that looks real. Gentle, wrinkled, honest. You keep it. Tuck it into your coat pocket next to that familiar hole. You walk again. A squirrel races up a tree beside you. Its tail flicks once. You stop and watch it. It freezes halfway up, as if it just remembered something important. Then it scurries higher and disappears. You laugh softly. Maybe it forgot its acorn, or maybe it just enjoys pretending it's busy. At the edge of the clearing is a tree with a long, low branch. You sit on it carefully. It dips a little, but holds you. The bark is smooth from many sitters before you. It fits you just. You swing your feet slowly. One toe brushes the dirt. This is where you like to think. Not about big things, not about problems, just soft thoughts, like how the wind moves like a hand through tall grass, or how the sun filters down like golden dust, or why trees make us feel smaller, but also more alive. You lean back against the trunk. The bark is warm. You hear something above, a short flutter of wings. You look up and there's a tiny bird perched overhead. It's mostly brown, with a red patch near its throat. You don't know its name. You don't need to. It looks at you for a long moment, then sings once, a single note. Then it hops, turns, and flies away. You watch it go. Then, after one more breath, you stand again, back on the path. The trees shift behind you, brushing against each other softly, and it really does feel like they're whispering goodbye. Or maybe just, see you tomorrow. You walk forward, the leaf still in your pocket, and the quiet still in your heart. You step out of the trees and the sunlight greets you again. It feels warmer now, brushing your arms and cheeks like soft fingers. You walk toward the lake again, but on the far side now. A little wooden bench waits there too, but you don't sit this time. You keep walking, slow and steady, toward another favorite place. There's a small patch of land beside the lake where the grass grows low and even. It's like nature decided this little part didn't need to be wild, just quiet, simple, soft. And at the edge of that patch, tucked beneath a crooked tree, is a small wooden box on a post. It's a leave a note box. You found it years ago. At first, it was empty. But then someone left a message. Then another. Now, it's always filled with folded paper, tiny envelopes, napkins with scribbles. You stop, open the lid. Inside, a new note on bright yellow paper. You take it gently, unfold it. It says, "Today I saw a turtle sunbathing. It looked proud. I hope you feel proud too." You smile. You return the note and close the lid carefully. The tiny lock clicks softly, though it doesn't really lock. You wonder who wrote that. Someone young? Someone old? Maybe it was the same person who planted that bench. Or the one who carved the bird into the fence earlier. Maybe they're walking right now, just a few steps ahead. You pass the tree that leans toward the lake. It has one large branch that stretches out far above the water, as if it's reaching for its reflection. The lake is calmer now. The ducks are gone, or maybe resting somewhere in the reeds. You kneel down near the shore and pick up a flat stone, smooth and cool. You toss it gently across the water. One skip, two skips. Then it sinks. You watch the ripples spread out in circles, then slowly disappear. You wonder, if every thought you've ever had made a ripple, would the world still be trembling gently under your feet? Maybe. You pass a small wooden sign. It's weathered and cracked. Most of the words are faded, but you can still read part of it. "Please stay a while." You do. Just for a minute more. A butterfly dances past your face. Orange wings, delicate like folded paper. It doesn't land anywhere, just spins and lifts and disappears into sunlight. You continue. Farther down. There's a little pier. Just a few boards sticking into the water. You've stood there many times, but not today. You smile at it as you pass, like waving at an old friend across the street. A soft breeze follows you now. It brings the smell of earth, sun-warmed wood, and something faintly sweet. You close your eyes as you walk, just for a few seconds. You know this path so well, you don't need to see. When you open them, the world feels softer. The wind, the lake, even your own breath. You feel like you've been walking not just forward, but deeper into yourself. The lavender behind your ear is still holding its scent. You think of the red glove again, and the bee on the flower, and the cat on the porch. Small things, all still with you, like gentle friends who never speak, but stay close anyway. You keep walking, and soon you see something unusual. Just ahead on the path, something small and unexpected. It's a shoe, tiny, blue, and upside down. You pause. It's a child's shoe, just like the red glove was a few turns ago. This one is bright blue with a white stripe. There's a little bit of dried mud on the toe, and the laces are tied. You look around. Still no one nearby. No sound of voices, no laughter in the distance. Just the steady quiet of the morning. You bend down and pick it up gently. It's lighter than you expect. You turn it over and over in your hand, then look ahead to see if there's another. But the path is empty. You leave the shoe on a flat rock by the edge of the road, right where the sun hits. It seems like the right place, easy to find in case someone's looking. You whisper again, hope you find your way back, and then you walk on. Not far now, just around a gentle bend, you hear a sound, a soft jingling, like keys in a pocket. But when you turn the corner, you smile. It's the dog. The one with the blue bandana. You've seen him many times. Short legs, long ears, always happy. He trots toward you, tail wagging like it's powered by joy alone. His ears bounce as he walks. Today, the blue bandana is a bit crooked. One side flaps in the breeze like a tiny flag. You kneel and let him come to you. He sniffs your hand, then presses his nose against your palm, as if to say, "Oh, it's you again." You pet him gently behind the ears. He leans into it. A few moments later, you hear the whistle. His person is nearby, around the corner probably, calling him back. But the dog doesn't move yet. He stays with you a little longer, head tilted, tongue out in a friendly pant. Then one more whistle, and he turns, trots off down the path. You watch the blue bandana bounce until he's out of sight. The joy he brings lingers behind him. You wonder how many people smile when they see that little dog. Probably everyone. You begin walking again, and the world feels a little brighter. The path here is sprinkled with dandelions. Not the yellow ones, but the ones that look like round, white wishes. You resist the urge to blow on one. You're not ready to let the wishes go just yet. Instead, you just walk carefully around them, each one standing tall, proud, delicate. There's a bend ahead that leads to a wide stretch of trees and sky. You reach it and stop. There, growing out from the edge of a rocky patch, is a bush filled with soft white flowers. You don't know their name, but they always bloom this time of year. Bees float around them like dancers. You sit on a nearby stone and watch for a while. You feel the sun on your back. You close your eyes, and in the quiet, you hear the tiniest buzz of wings and the sound of the world just breathing. You sit on the stone for a little longer, not doing anything, not thinking too much, just being. The wind brushes gently across your face. It carries the scent of those white flowers and something faintly woody, like the trees are releasing their morning thoughts into the air. You open your eyes slowly and look around. There's a ladybug crawling across your shoe. Its red shell shines like a tiny lantern in the sun. You watch as it moves, carefully, patiently, like it knows exactly where it's going. Then, without warning, it opens its wings and lifts off. You follow it with your eyes as it flies in a soft loop and disappears into the air. You smile. There's something so kind about tiny things having their own quiet goals. You stand again. Your legs feel relaxed, the rhythm of the walk still in your muscles. Ahead, the path splits slightly. Two ways, both familiar. One leads around the outer lake, longer and brighter. The other slips into a little patch of shade, shorter, more secret. You choose the shady one today. The trees here are closer together. Their leaves overlap and turn the light green. It's like walking inside a living canopy. You move slowly. Each step is soft, like walking on a pillow of moss and old leaves. You spot something ahead on the path. A coin. Not shiny, not new. Old and dull with dirt. But you pick it up anyway. It's heavier than it looks. The design is worn, but you can still make out a circle and a number. You hold it in your palm. Maybe someone dropped it yesterday. Maybe it fell from a pocket years ago and just now decided to reveal itself. You press it into the soft dirt at the base of a tree, a quiet offering to the forest. A bird calls out above you. It's not a song, just one clear note. You pause and look up. The The sky is peeking through the branches in small diamonds. The light flickers like it's playing a quiet game with the leaves. The air smells damp here, like moss and rain from long ago. There's something comforting about it. You walk a little farther and come to a wooden arch. It's not official, just two old logs standing with a crossbeam between them, tied with wire and vines. You walk under it like it's a doorway to another world. On the other side, everything opens again. A wide field, soft hills rolling like waves. The grass is golden here, and the sun feels stronger on your face. You pause to take it in. This is the place you always forget is coming, and it always surprises you. You walk through the tall grass slowly, letting it brush against your fingers. The wind makes the blades ripple like silk. There's a tree standing alone in the middle of the field, big, round, full of stories. You walk to it. The bark is thick. The base of the trunk is wide enough to sit against, and so you do. Back to the bark, legs stretched out, arms resting. You sigh. It's not a tired sigh. It's a good sigh, like your body saying, "This is enough." A shadow moves slowly across your lap as a cloud passes overhead. You look up, and for a moment, you imagine what it would be like to lie here all day. To just stay. No phone, no clock. Just the wind, the tree, and the soft hum of earth under your feet. Maybe one day you will. You stay by the tree a little longer. The sun warms your face while the shade cools your back. It's a perfect balance, like nature itself is rocking you gently in invisible arms. You watch the grass move in waves. Each blade sways differently, but somehow they move together. You wonder if grass can hear music, if maybe deep underground their roots hum. A bee floats by your ear. Not too close, just passing. You listen to the gentle thrum of its wings and feel grateful that even the smallest creatures know how to dance through the morning. After a few more minutes, you rise again. Your knees creak just a little, but not in protest, just like they're saying, "Okay, but take it slow." You brush off your hands, then your legs, and begin walking toward the far edge of the field. There's a little wooden fence at the bottom of the hill. One of the slats is missing. And there's a spot where people always cross through. You do too. Beyond it is the orchard. It isn't big, and it doesn't really belong to anyone. At least, no one minds if you walk through. You step into the orchard and are met with rows of trees. Their trunks are slim, and their branches reach out like they're always offering something. Most of the apples are gone by now. Just a few red or green ones still hang here and there. You spot one low enough to touch, and you gently rest your fingers on its smooth skin. It's cool, firm, quiet. You don't pick it. You just feel its weight, then let it go. The grass under the trees is damp. Your feet sink in slightly with each step. Birdsong returns here. A few short, sharp whistles, a long, slow note like a question, and once a laugh, or maybe that was a squirrel. You pause to listen. There's something about bird sounds that always feel like punctuation, as if nature is telling a story, one line at a time. You keep walking and notice something shiny on the ground. A marble, blue and white like a tiny sky. You kneel and pick it up. It's round and cold. You hold it between your fingers and smile. For a moment, You imagine a child dropping it while chasing a butterfly. Maybe they laughed. Maybe they looked everywhere and gave up. You place the marble carefully in the crook of a tree root, tucking it safely into the earth. Another offering, another quiet gift. You pass by a low stone wall that runs along the orchard's edge. You trace your hand along it as you walk. The rocks are rough and uneven, and lichen grows in small patches like a map of tiny green islands. Near the end of the orchard, you find the swing. It's just a plank of wood, tied with 2 ropes to a thick branch. You've never seen anyone on it, but it's always here. The seat is worn smooth by time and weather. You give it a gentle push. It swings forward, then back, creaking softly. Back and forth, back and forth. You imagine sitting on it, leaning back, letting the world sway around you. But not today. Today, you just watch it move. The swing slows, then stops. You keep walking, the orchard behind you, the tree-scented breeze at your back, and something new waiting just around the bend. You leave the orchard behind, and the path begins to climb. Not too steep, just a gentle rise, like the hill is lifting you up for a better view. The grass here grows shorter, and the trees grow further apart. The breeze is stronger now, and it carries the scent of dry earth and something faintly sweet, maybe clover, maybe sun-warmed leaves. As you walk, your footsteps begin to sound different, a little crunchier, a little drier. You look down, tiny stones now line the path. Gray and tan and speckled with flecks of white. Some are flat and smooth. Others are round and warm under the sun. You find one shaped like a tear, another like a triangle. You pick up a small one that fits perfectly in your palm. You don't know why, but it feels like a pebble worth keeping. Not for any reason, just for its weight, for its quietness. You put it in your pocket with the heart-shaped leaf, a little collection of peaceful things. The hill rises a little more and then flattens. You reach the top and pause. This is the part you always forget to expect. The view. It opens wide in front of you. Fields, trees, rooftops far off in the distance. The soft shimmer of the lake you passed earlier, now smaller, tucked between curves of land like a secret kept just for you. You take a deep breath. The air up here feels lighter, even though it's the same air. You sit down on a patch of soft grass. It's warm and dry. Bees buzz somewhere nearby, but not too close. You lie back and look at the sky. It's bluer now, more open. A few birds drift high overhead, tiny shadows with wings, carried on invisible wind. You watch them for a while. You wonder what they see. Not just fields and houses, but all the tiny things you passed, the glove, the bench, the swing, the sleepy cat. To a bird, maybe those are just details. But to you, they were stories, important ones. You close your eyes. The sun presses gently on your eyelids. The wind brushes over your ears, soft and steady, like a lullaby without words. You feel the earth holding you, not pulling, not pushing, just being there, like a friend sitting quietly beside you. You open your eyes again and sit up slowly. There's a tree at the edge of the hill, smaller than the others, a little bent to one side, like it leaned into the wind a long time ago and decided to stay that way. You walk to it. There's a small tin box tied to the trunk with a piece of string. You've seen it before. You untie the string gently and lift the lid. inside, papers, notes, tiny drawings, pressed flowers, a crumpled candy wrapper, someone's memory of a sweet day. You don't leave anything today. Just read a few quiet messages. Take your time. Somewhere, someone is thinking of you. I'm still learning to love the mornings. You smile. You put the lid back on and retie the string, not too tight, not too loose. You look out at the view once more, then turn and begin your walk back down. It's quieter on the way down. Maybe because the wind is behind you now. Maybe because your thoughts are softer. The pebble in your pocket presses gently against your leg with each step. You like knowing it's there. You take your time coming down the hill. The path curves gently, and your steps match its rhythm without effort. Down here, everything feels slower, like the earth itself wants you to rest. You brush your fingers along the tall grass as you pass. It tickles your palm. The sun sits lower now. The light has changed. It's warmer, softer, golden. Shadows stretch a little farther. Everything seems wrapped in a glow that only shows up when the day is almost done. You pass a small gate. It's always been there, a simple wooden one that doesn't close. You push it open gently and step through. It creaks just a little, nothing loud, just enough to say hello. On the other side is the garden path. It winds between old stone planters and low bushes. Lavender grows here, and sage, and tiny blue flowers whose names you never learned. You pause near a planter where the flowers grow too tall. They lean toward you. One brushes your arm. You say softly, "Sorry," even though you didn't hurt it. A butterfly rests on one of the petals. Its wings are closed, then slowly open, orange with black edges, delicate as breath. You stand very still. It doesn't fly away. After a few moments, it lifts and floats off, gliding toward the sky without a sound. You keep walking. Farther along the path, you find the painted rock. It's always in the same place, tucked between two stones. It says, "Breathe in the good," in small blue letters. You read it every time, like a quiet promise. You do exactly that now. You breathe in and let it go. The path leads into a tunnel of trees. Branches arch over you, touching above your head, creating a soft ceiling of leaves. The light filters through in shifting patterns. Green on your shoulders, gold on the ground. A bird sings just once, short and sweet. You hear your own footsteps again. They sound soft, calm. You notice a fallen branch up ahead. Not large, just enough to make you step over it. You do, then stop. Next to the branch is something unexpected. A small notebook. Its cover is faded green. There's a piece of string wrapped around it, like a ribbon. You pick it up gently and untie it. The pages are filled with writing. Neat, careful, kind. Little poems, short thoughts. One reads, "I walked this path to find myself. Turns out, I was here all along." Another simply says, "Don't forget to rest." You don't take the notebook. You place it back where it was, exactly as you found it. You feel like you've met someone without seeing them. The trees open again, and the path widens. You're getting close now, not to the end, but to that quiet place near the stream, the one with the round stones and the bench with the smooth back. You remember it from last week and the week before. The stream always sings the same soft song, but somehow it sounds new every time. You walk slowly toward the sound of the stream. It begins as a hush in the air, like the softest whisper. Then, as you get closer, it becomes clearer. gentle water slipping over smooth rocks, bubbling quietly around tiny bends, never in a hurry. You step off the path onto a patch of earth worn down by many feet. There it is, the bench by the stream. Not as polished as the one by the lake, but it has its own kind of beauty. The wood is older, softer, shaped by time and weather. Moss has grown along one side, and there are initials carved into the corner. Just two letters, S and M, with a small heart between them. You sit. The stream runs just a few feet in front of you. You watch as sunlight dances across the water, flickering like gold threads in motion. A few leaves float by, spinning in slow circles, carried along by the current. You lean back. The bench creaks gently beneath your weight. There's a breeze again. It moves the tips of the grass near the bank, making them bow as if the earth itself is giving thanks. You close your eyes and listen to the stream, to the breeze, to the quiet. Then a small splash. You open your eyes. A frog has leapt from the bank into the water. Its ripples move outward, reaching the stones along the edge, tapping them like tiny notes on a drum. You smile. The frog disappears beneath the surface, and all is still again. You notice a cluster of tiny purple flowers by your feet. You bend down and touch one with your finger. The petals are cool and soft. You wonder how many people have passed by and never noticed them. You whisper, "You're doing a good job." Not to the flower exactly, maybe to yourself. The wind carries your words away. You lean forward and rest your elbows on your knees. This place always makes you feel like you belong, even if you don't say anything, even if you don't know why. You pull the heart-shaped leaf from your pocket, then the pebble. You place them on the bench beside you, your tiny companions. You sit quietly with them and remember things. Not big things, just little moments that come back like soft waves. The cat on the porch, the red glove on the post, the coin you pressed into the dirt, the swing in the orchard. They feel like pieces of a puzzle that doesn't need solving, just holding. You reach into your pocket one last time and pull out the lavender sprig. Faded now, but still fragrant. You smile and place it on your lap. You hear a bird again. This one sounds like it's laughing, or maybe singing, or maybe both. It lands on a branch just above you, then flits away. You watch it disappear into the trees. The sun is lower now, and the light has turned honey-colored. You stand slowly, pick up the pebble, the leaf, and the lavender. Then you tuck them gently beneath the bench, a tiny collection of your day. Offered to the stream and the trees, you whisper, "Thank you," and the world in its quiet way answers. You walk again, now with the slowest steps of all, not from tiredness, but from a kind of softness. Like your body understands that the walk is almost over, and it wants to stretch this quiet out just a little longer. The path curves gently one last time. Ahead, the trees grow familiar again. You're near the beginning now, or is it the end? Funny how the same place can be both. The wooden fence comes into view, the one with the carved bird. The wings still open, the beak still pointed up. The little bird hasn't moved, but somehow it looks wiser now. Or maybe that's just you. You run your fingers over the carving one more time. A quiet goodbye. The garden with the yellow house is just beyond it now. You pass it again. The cat is gone, or maybe sleeping somewhere new today. The watering can is still tipped. The mint and lavender in the basket are fewer than before. Someone else must have come by and taken a bit. You wonder if they paused like you did, if they felt the same peace. You pass the place where you found the red glove, still on the post, still waving. You nod to it again. Then the lake appears once more, now bathed in evening light. It's golden and blue and still. A few ducks have returned, their shapes soft against the water. They float slowly, drifting like the day itself. You pause at the edge. You crouch again and pick up another stone, smooth and small. You toss it. It skips once, then twice, then disappears. The ripples move out in wide circles. You watch them until they vanish. You let out a breath you didn't realize you were holding. You begin the last few steps home, past the garden, past the field, past the gate that never closes. The wind has quieted now. You hear only your own footsteps. And somewhere far away, the faintest sound of laughter. Maybe children, maybe the wind pretending again. You reach your door. It's warm from the sun. You turn the handle slowly, step inside, and close it gently behind you. Inside, the air is still, calm. You remove your shoes, stretch your arms up, then out, and smile. Today was nothing special, and yet it was everything. You hang your coat, and something small falls from the pocket. The heart-shaped leaf. You pick it up. Hold it for a moment, then place it on the windowsill. The light catches it just right. You pour yourself a glass of water. Take a slow sip and whisper, "I'm home."